Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, welcome back everyone to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Today we're going to do our weekly astrology reading. So I'm going to go over the astrology of the week. What are the major astrological events that are happening, and also what this means for us collectively. And then I'm also going to do a card reading, a tarot and oracle reading for the week, for the energies of the week. So excited to do that. Let me say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Hello, Mindy. Welcome in. Maricela, welcome in. If you're here in the chat, make sure to say, if you're here watching live, make sure to say hi in the chat so I can actually say hi to you as well. And before we officially jump into the astrology, I have a couple of announcements to make. As usual, if you're watching this video, if you're enjoying this broadcast, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure the notification bell is clicked so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And also download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It enters you into my email list as well, and you get a weekly moon magic report, basically the horoscope for the week, in your inbox every Wednesday morning. And I love sending that email out every Wednesday. People really love getting and knowing and seeing it kind of in written form, the energies that are coming up, so that they can prepare for their week, or at least be aware of what's happening for the week. But today we also talk about the weekly astrology in this video. Hello, Callie, welcome in. Hello, Raessa, welcome in. So those two things are always available for you, and I always invite people to join our community. We do have a new community platform called the Channel for Grace Global Community. It is available for everyone. This is a free platform that you can join. There's a link below. It's basically globalcommunity.channelforgrace.com. And once you go there, you create an account, and you can also download the app and access everything from your phone or device. And the cool thing about that is that it's an enhanced community experience. I get to create events in that space. We have free events happening all the time. and a lot of cool stuff. All of my courses are held on this new platform, and this is the place where we get to interact with each other and connect. There's a place to message each other. There's group chats. There's posting ability, so you can share posts just like you would on Facebook. It's a private space though, so it's only visible to the people that are actually within the space, but it is public and it is free to join. So I highly recommend. We have yoga happening on Fridays. If you graduated from the Moon Goddess training last year, level 1, 2 or 3, we are doing these Akashic journeys again, the temple journeys. And they have been, so far we had one, the Nile River initiation, and it was amazing. Things like that. I do the full moon and the new moon ceremonies on there, and it's a really, really fun place to gather and build our community. So I'm super excited about all of that. Also wanted to share with you guys that I have a program starting this Thursday, a course starting this Thursday called Liberating the Inner Child. It's a course that I am co-leading with my friend Jason from Ray of Light Tarot. He's an amazing intuitive, and he has been for the last, the whole time that I've known him, really gone through a lot of shifting and transforming and moving through shadows, transmuting shadows into gifts. So we're bringing our experiences together for this 6-week course, which starts on Thursday, where we are going to dive into the topics of what is our core wound. What does that mean? What does it mean to liberate the inner child? How do you even do that? Is there a process? How does it work? All of that. We're also going to dive into Chiron, the wounded healer, and what Chiron represents in our natal chart and why it's important to know our Chiron wound. We will also dive into the activation sequence and talk about how to understand our life's work, our evolution, our radiance, and our purpose. Jason will be doing intuitive hits with us, and I'll be guiding us through a powerful shamanic journey to the inner child to receive information from our inner child, and an Akashic healing chamber at the very end where it's a pure healing frequency, sound frequency, through music, through vibration, through drumming, through vocals, all those things that are basically different modes of energy work and energy clearing. You get to experience that at the very end. And yeah, I can't wait to do this course with you guys. We are going to dive into healing our inner child, liberating our inner child. And the next 2 people that sign up actually will get a free 30-minute Akashic record reading from me. So if you are the next 2 people to sign up, you will get this 30-minute reading for free that I will send to you. So that's what's exciting. That's what's happening this week. I'm going to be live again with Jason tomorrow on this channel doing mini readings. So if you want to get a reading, feel free to get on the list. It's going to be $33 for tomorrow's mini readings. And yeah, I can't wait to maybe see you guys in there this coming Thursday, 6-week course. I can't freaking wait. So let's actually dive into the astrology and talk about what is happening this week. So hello, Lynette, welcome in. So here's the chart. This is actually the chart for this moment. And the reason why I want to show you the chart is because there's a really powerful stellium in Pisces happening this week. And a lot of the transits are having to do with this stellium, which means that the energy is going to be concentrated in this Piscean way. And Pisces is the sign of expansion in the sense of it represents the whole universe. It represents the ocean. It represents the subconscious mind. It represents the Akashic records. It's a very expansive energy. It's a very expansive frequency where we can tap into the information contained everywhere, in all moments, in all times, and in all spaces within ourselves. So these are the kinds of frequencies that allow us to tap into our intuition. Pisces expands our intuition, strengthens our intuition, helps us to listen to the information, to perceive the information that comes through in our own unique way. So it's a very beautiful, I feel like it's a beautiful energy, and likewise going to be a beautiful week. Hello, Twinkle Starlight. Hello, Kingdom Unity. Welcome in. So the very first thing that is happening actually on the 14th, which is tomorrow, and it is a square from Mars to Neptune. So this initially begins our week, it's tomorrow, but we kind of begin the week with maybe a sense of confusion, maybe a sense of, I'm not really sure exactly what is going on. I can't quite figure out where to put, action, where to put my drive, where to put my motivation. It may feel that way in the beginning, but the energy will shift, because the day right after that is the day that the sun makes a conjunction to Neptune. And now we're looking at this Piscean Stellium. The sun conjuncts Neptune, as well as Mercury right there at 25 degrees as well. So everything basically at 25 degrees, making this powerful. I'm moving forward until Mercury is at 25 there, right there. So 25, 25, 25, 25. We have the sun. We have white moon Selena, who is known as the highest expression of our soul. We have Mercury, and we have Neptune at 25 degrees, all making basically a square to Mars. So that confusion may feel like it is actually becoming clear if we tap into our intuition in a very deep and profound way. So all these conjunctions that are going to be happening this week in Pisces are there to help us understand through the mind, Mercury, through our intuition, Neptune, through our soul, the sun, and through white moon Selena, essentially like the highest expression of our soul, how and maybe the bigger picture of everything that's going on. So the confusion may be enhanced actually, because all of these are making that square to Mars. And so you may not be sure about how to take action this week, but if you trust your intuition, and if you let yourself perceive and sense, the answers are all found right there, and they're all in front of you. They're within you, they're around you, they're surrounding you. They're like everywhere, like everything is communicating to you this week. If you know how to listen, if you know how to pay attention. And that's how I feel that this transit is really going to be affecting us, is that even though it feels like there's a lack of clarity for some of us, that's because the energy is so expansive that we can't pin it down. We can't, for example, put it in a box and be like, this means this, and this means this. But what we can do is allow ourselves, our limited selves, to basically like get the ego out of the way and let your intuition expand, feel your body getting bigger and reaching out energetically. You're reaching out to the universe, to the information that it's like the matrix. It's like you reach out and you can feel the information is all around you. And even if you don't understand it, you can sense the answer. You can sense the truth. And that's what Pisces really guides us to do. It guides us to connect to the divine, to connect to the expansiveness that is around us, to know that there's so much more than meets the eye. And if you're able to do that, you are going to have this experience where, yes, maybe you don't know exactly what to do with the information that you're getting, but you can at least know that what you're sensing is the truth for you. The clarity comes when you basically surrender to the expansiveness that Pisces asks of you. We just had Saturn enter Pisces, right? So there's a lot of Pisces energy right now. I actually just did an epic workshop about Saturn entering Pisces in the Starseed membership. The replay of the workshop is up, and you can always go in there and watch it. And the Starseed, and I'll be doing more of those workshops. The next one we're going to have is Pluto in Aquarius, which is another huge transition that's coming up. But we're going to do a workshop on that to understand those energies more precisely. But with Saturn in Pisces, Neptune, Mercury, the Sun, there's a lot of water energy. We also have the South Node in a water sign in Scorpio, and Pallas Athena right now is currently in Cancer. So this is like Grand Trine energy. The emotions, the deeper feelings, the knowing yourself from within, not from the outside, but from within, and then expanding so that you can sense more of what's, around you, right? Like the Akashic surrounds you in every way, shape, and form. And if you can sense what's around you, you're tapping into that's how you find the clarity. You're not going to find clarity in a moment of Pisces by being like logical and practical, because Pisces is it's not the opposite, but it kind of is. I mean, it is opposite of Virgo, and Virgo is very like detail. Pisces is like, let me just ponder the all. It takes you into the dreamland. And that's the place where you actually open up to understanding the world through the eyes of the divine. So that perspective is so huge compared to how much we can see or tap into that it can feel very uncomfortable for some of us. Some of us can't let go of that limited sense of self. Like, no, I don't want to merge with the divine. I don't want to erase myself. I don't want to dissolve myself. But that's what that Pisces energy asks you to do. And if you allow, like I said, your intuition, your soul, your creativity, and your imagination to guide you, and you trust in your imagination and you trust in your intuition, it'll guide you. It'll take you down the rabbit hole, but it'll guide you in a way that helps you find the clarity. So that's what's going on this week. There's also a planet, actually a couple of planets switching signs too. We're going to have Venus. My goal is to do the Venus in Taurus video on Wednesday, the magic of Venus on Wednesday. But literally we have Venus entering into the sign of Taurus on the 16th, which is on Thursday. And that is where she is at home. Venus in Taurus is in dignity. She feels strong here. She's going to be making a conjunction to the North Node and Uranus through her transit. It's going to be actually really beautiful. And Venus in a strong sign helps to ground us. This is the sign that helps to activate the Empress energies and helps us tap into the things that make us feel our true sense of value in life. Like how important really are we? That's happening this week too on Thursday. And then by the end of the week on the 19th, we have Mercury entering into the sign of Aries. And so Mercury ends his journey through the zodiac and begins it once again in the sign of Aries. And that basically gets us ready for frickin' the spring equinox, which is literally, obviously that's always on the 21st. But the sun is going to be entering the sign of Aries. I mean, we are literally at this is the last week of the sun in Pisces, and the sun is finishing its transit through the zodiac wheel, and it's going to change signs and begin the wheel all over again. Begin the journey all over again. The spring equinox and the spring season is where the seeds start to sprout. Things start to grow. Like, are you ready for that? I'm ready for that. I think this week might be a moment of like the last bits, the last lessons being reached, the understanding being reached of like really, really the whole year that we've had through the lens of astrology, through all the wheels, through all the signs. It's like a culmination. Like this week is the full lesson shows up for us, and it's going to show up in this very ethereal kind of way. So there's a lot of activity going on this week, like a lot, like 2 planets changing signs, Pisces, a major Pisces conjunction, all of it making a square to Mars. I mean, it's a lot. And if you allow yourself to flow through, because that's what Pisces does, it flows through the water. Like you surrender to what's happening, to the moment, you stay present, but you surrender to the expansiveness of the moment. That is when you shift into like consciousness perspective, expansive perspective, and you can find yourself receiving the kind of wisdom that only you can really understand, like Alice in Wonderland type of frequency. Like you can only understand the wisdom through your dreams and through your imagination and through connecting to that space. So I think this week may feel really dreamy. I think some of us may feel really out of it too. I mean, some of us could feel just like kind of lost and like floating through an abyss that doesn't feel that good. But remember, this is basically the end of the year and the new year begins next week, like on Monday, right? So Aries season is coming very close to coming alive, turning on. Action is just around the corner, right? The spark of life is just around the corner. And this week is the week of putting it all together, finding the completing the process, bringing it all back to the middle. And when you do that, when you really truly surrender to that, what you get is expansive understanding, an expanded understanding of your life, of yourself, of everything that is important to you, and of what you're ready to begin. Yeah, a new cycle, new beginnings. I love that, Marisela. Hello, welcome in. Hello, Lucida. Hello, Venus. Thank you guys for being here. Hello, Megan and Courtney. Welcome in. Veronica is also here. So that's the astrology. I want to grab my cards real quick because I actually didn't even grab them before this reading. I was on the phone, and today is kind of an intense day. Let me come back to over here. But we did have a transit going on today where the moon is going through the Ophiuchus starseeds. And I posted about it in the Starseed membership. And it does feel like very mysterious. It feels like we are going through a moment where we're tapping into some deep, deep wisdom. And it has to do with our shadows, with like healing, with understanding what's going on. The moon herself like goes through the signs and goes through the stargates very often throughout the month. And when she's in these moments, it's like we get there's a door that opens and we're able to like tap into these energies a little bit deeper. So today's Ophiuchus too, which is the energy of transcendence, transmutation, the occult, the mysteries of the universe. So what mystery are you going to be deciphering this week? Like what mysteries are you going to be putting together? Like what mysteries are you going to be solving about your life? I think that is like a beautiful, beautiful way to end the year, but it's not going to come like as easy as we think. There are some challenges. There's a little bit of tension because I think we're getting ready to take action. If you remember, Aries season is ruled by Mars, and the squares from Pisces to Gemini, which Mars is in, are reminding us like, hey, are you ready? Like, here's the pressure. I'm going to apply the pressure for you to push, to like take action in your life. But there's a moment of you got to find the clarity through the lack of clarity before, so you know what you really want to put your action towards. So that's the power of this week. And I can't wait to see what the cards say. So let me go get them real quick. There's so much. This week definitely feels like an ending leading to a new beginning for me, for sure. I'm wondering if it feels that way for you too. It feels good. I feel good. Like things are about to change and shift in a good direction. I'm kind of done with the winter season, honestly. It's like, okay, I think I'm ready for like the freshness that that comes in, right? Holy Pisces. Yes, exactly. So we're going to do a 5-card pull and do the intuition card, challenge card, overall theme, and wisdom from the ancestors, and then an animal spirit at the end. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for being here. And thank you for watching the replay if you're watching the replay. I was mentioning earlier, the Liberating the Inner Child class starts on Thursday. It's a 6-week course. I'm co-leading with my friend Jason. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to begin, diving into the topic of healing our inner child and what that actually, what it can possibly look like. What are we actually doing when we say healing the inner child? And also, the next 2 people that sign up are going to get a free 30-minute Akashic record reading. And the link to sign up is below in the description of this video. So I will record that Akashic reading for you and I will send it to you. For the next 2 people that sign up, and I get the notifications instantly so I can see, in real time who signs up. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Look at this. This is so cool. This is so funny. This card is called the Wild card. I love it. I love how the sun is very present and active in this space. However, it does talk about devilish dilemmas. There's an image of, oh my God, look, all these people are looking at their phones and they're just like lost in their phones. Like they look like zombies. But there's one person over here who's like, hey, there's the light. This is a beautiful energy, This is so Piscean, People get lost sometimes in the world of fantasy and like addiction too. Addictions become so strong in Pisces when it's like we lose ourselves in a way. We don't know, like we can't find the clarity. And so if you're unclear, you're going to feel lost. But look, the sun is about to enter into the sign of Aries, and the way out, the way through is to move into that Aries season, the energy of the sun coming alive again in its exaltation in the sign of Aries. So don't be a zombie. I think we're going to feel a lot of people like acting like zombies this week, like just on autopilot, like not really connected. That's what those squares can do. Kind of crazy. Yeah, the beautiful artistry, right? It's kind of wild. It's the wild card. Like we don't really know what's coming, but we feel, and I sense this myself personally, that something beautiful is just around the corner. Like something exciting is about to happen, right? And I love how this person is just arms open to the sun, and the sun represents the soul. The sun is getting ready to enter its exaltation. It's actually a really beautiful frequency. So what is the challenge? The 10 of water. In here it says heart to heart. There are 3 women. I think it's 3 women. Could be a boy in the middle, but there's 3 women. They're kind of holding on to each other. They're connected, and there's this like great, beautiful, like divine energy at the top, hovering, over them and helping them find that love, connecting to love. So heart to heart. The challenge is so the people that are like zombies right now in the world, right? The people that are not really paying attention, I know it's a lot. Like that's one of the things that we're going to talk about in Liberating the Inner Child, is that the path of true healing is not easy. Like it's not all rainbows and unicorns, you know what I mean? But that's what happens in the spiritual community, is people think that you're supposed to be always happy and joyful, and like that means you're spiritual and all that stuff. And it's like, not at all. True healing means you go into the deep depths of the darkness, of the shadows, and you be with them. Like there is nothing wrong with the negative emotions in our lives. But if you try to ignore them, if you ignore them on purpose, like if you avoid, that's like avoiding like the true healing. But because it's so intensely emotional to dive into the shadows, that's what makes it hard. I've been studying lately the completion process by Teal Swan. And when you truly dive into deep healing, you have to go into the feelings again that you felt. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to feel the way we felt when we got hurt. We don't want to we don't want to go in. Like, we obviously disassociated at some point from memories of trauma in the past because they were traumatic. But you can't say I'm healed when you haven't even gone back to the past and collected and brought those pieces of yourself that like fragmented away from you, that literally ran away because they were whatever, scared or whatever, felt unwanted, needed to be safe, and so could not handle the situation. So parts of you, pieces of you just fragmented away, and you cannot be whole unless you go back and get those pieces. Well, that's one of the biggest teachings that Teal Swan talks about, is you got to go back and bring those pieces back. It's like the story of Persephone, right? She has to, or Psyche, she has to go into the underworld, and get like the potion, from the dark goddess or whatever, from the goddess of the underworld. We have to go. We have to do it. Unfortunately, we live in a world where it's normal to experience trauma, and it's normal to disassociate. It's normal to want to run away, but you cannot be whole in your adult life unless you go back. Like in shamanic wisdom, they call it soul retrieval. It's like you go back literally and you go into the past and you collect the pieces back of yourself. And that's not easy. It's like 100% linked to the emotions. The emotions are the doors. I always talk about that. And it amazes me when I see things that perfectly align with all of the wisdom that feels intuitively like truth to me. And one of them is that the emotions open the doors for us to go through the portals to help us heal. So half of us are, living in illusion, lost, doing avoidance behavior. But, the challenge is heart to heart. You have to connect at a deeper level than you're willing to. And that sometimes is very difficult to do. It means to be vulnerable. So this week, the challenge is to be vulnerable. The overall theme, the 8 of water, lunar mystery. We need to walk away from the past. We need to walk away, not like walk away from the past. I just mean walk away from, the trauma. Walk away from the things in our life that are not serving us right now in this moment. It's about leaving behind the things that are broken. Like, if you can't fix something, you're wasting your time trying to fix it, especially things like broken glass, because that's what the 8 of Cups really, shows us. It's like some of the glasses on the ground are broken. You can't put glass back together. Like, once glass is broken, it's broken, and that's what it's saying. It's like, walk away. This person is like wearing a mask, and so it's also about recognizing the masks that you put on. Even to yourself, the things that you tell yourself that mask, the real truth behind it. And the lunar mystery is the emotions. There's a lot about emotions, but Pisces is such an emotional place, an emotional realm, that makes sense that emotional stuff would be coming up. We got water, the wild card. And then the wisdom from the ancestors is actually air. The air Amazon daughter, and it's about gratitude. So our spirit guides, angels, and teachers want us to find gratitude this week. Gratitude for the journey, gratitude for the healing, gratitude for the revelations, gratitude for the light, and gratitude for the dark. Both. Literally both. And we end tonight's reading with the dragonfly, who is our spirit animal for the week. And the dragonfly is the master of the light and the master of illusion and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, It's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. What? I just spent this whole time talking about this. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through. How beautiful is this? I love that. Calm the mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through, because there is a lot of wisdom coming through right now. I can feel it. I'm in a moment right now where I'm feeling really inspired and excited about what's coming next. Also feel like I'm swimming, in the abyss of water that is Pisces. But we're getting ready to finish this one off. This is the last week of Pisces. So you're going to feel intensely the energy of Pisces. The wild card, right? How do you want to activate? Like, where do you want to take your life next? You may not know, but can you surrender to the magic that lives just right around the corner? The magic of the spring, the magic of Aries season, the magic of the fire element that lights and activates and sparks the being into life. So beautiful. Yes. So hang in there. Have an amazing week. I'll be back tomorrow doing mini readings with Jason here at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to do the magic of Venus on Wednesday as well. And we're going to talk about Venus entering the sign of Taurus. I'll also make a Venus and Taurus video for the membership. And we're getting ready for Liberating the Inner Child 6-week course that begins on Thursday. If you want to learn how to truly, truly heal, what's the process, how to start to dive into it, this is the course. And to do it together with a group of people and feel safe is like, it's priceless. So I hope that you join us. I will be giving away a 30-minute free reading to the next 2 people that sign up. So if you are one of those 2 people, I will let you know and you'll get a free Akashic record reading. So thank you so much. Love you guys. I'll see you again very soon. Have a beautiful week and a beautiful end to Pisces season. Sat Nam.